Oh no! Alright guys, welcome to another video. We're getting good at these videos now, chucking them out every 2-3 days. In this video, what I'm doing is, as I showed you in the last video, I have that plate, the new plate with the latches on. I'm going to be taking the old one off and fitting this one on. I've already started doing it, but you'll see in a minute because I've already recorded them bits. It is a bit finicky because can't get spanners in or can't get sockets in, and some of them are just that corroded they're going to have to be cut off, and I couldn't get the steering wheel off and all that stuff, so that's all going to have to come off. Take the dashboard off and then I should be able to get at them to take it off. Like I said in the previous episode, we are doing your tractors, so put my email on the screen now. Email me pictures of your tractors, even if it's not a tractor. So what have you been doing this quarantine? So if you've got a motorbike, if you've got old cars, new cars, any projects that you have been doing this quarantine, send them into my email there. If you don't have any pictures, you can even just email me and I'll read your email out. So send them into my email there. If you want to follow me on Instagram, the Instagram's right here. Yeah, that's it boys, let's just get on with it. And there's a train, because one of my videos isn't as good with a train flying by, just to ruin the sound even more. And it's still really windy, so I'm really sorry about the wind guys, but it is what it is. I've tried my best, but you know. Okay, so here is the tractor. This is the plate I'm on about, this one here. Obviously got this one to replace it. I have taken some of the bolts out and you'll see them clips, I'll play them on now. But yeah, so basically what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to separate this so I can lift this up, so I can slide the dashboard out, and then I can take these two pieces off. Because at the minute, they're a bit knackered, to be honest with you. But yeah, so we'll crack on. So the bolt on my decompressor this here, I don't know if you can see, I'll zoom in a bit. There you go, that's the bolt, and I can't get anything into it or onto it to try and get this off. So I'm going to, oops, sorry. I'm going to take it off on this side. It's just these two nuts, from what I can see, these two bolts, and then that'll just come off with it. And once it's off, then I can do my best to obviously salvage it and get it off. Again, I'm really sorry about the wind this episode, guys, because I'm outside. As you can see by the trees, it's really windy, so just bear with. Right, we'll crack on. But that were rusty. Oh, that's stuck. Oh no! That's alright, it caught it. I thought we were in trouble then, boys. So I'll put these bolts back in there so I don't lose them. Because my luck, they get lost. And that's the same for everything on this tractor. The bolts and the nuts are either back in their original holes, or they're in Tupperware boxes and labelled. So don't worry about all the bolts, I've got them all safe. I'm just going to give these a little nip, just so that little fingers can't come and pull them out. Just until I feel a little bit. Because now, yeah, you can't do that with your fingers. So now I know that them bolts are safe from little people messing with it. So always little people. I have taken the wires off for the glow plug. It's butchered anyway. I didn't do that. That's what the previous owner did. So you can tell what kind of caliber man he is. Bit of a tic-tac if I do say so myself. That one's not even attached to anything. Oh no. We've been riding around with a blooming wire not attached to anything. Look at that. Shocking. Look what he's done there. Bloody terrible, that. You can wang that, I don't want that. Jesus. Talk about half John. So it's a new day since you've last seen, and I took the air cleaner off because all these are seized on and these nuts on the inside are that corroded. I'll show you. They're that corroded and rusty, and they just disintegrate when you try to turn them. So I've got to take all of this off so then I can work on freeing this off, obviously out with the tractor where I can get it easier. But after I took the air cleaner off, as you can see here, it was full of all this dirt and grease. So I scratched it off, and now look, we've got a big pool of oil that's seeping out. But it's not seeping from this joint, it's seeping from above it. So if anybody knows how that is or what that is, please leave in the comments. It smells like cylinder oil, but I know it's not, but that's what it smells like. I'm guessing it's coming out of this big box here, but that's leaking anyway. And my plan is with that is to drill it and put a grease nipple on it and turn it into grease instead of oil, because then obviously it won't be seeping out everywhere. So I'm going to upgrade that to grease. But yeah, it's just weird how all I did was scrape all this muck. You see all the muck? And all the muck round there. It's really, really thick. All I did is scrape it off. And it obviously started oozing out. So yeah, that's not good. So on further inspection, there's a hole. So we've got a hole in the steering box. And like I said, I'm going to fill it with grease anyway. So we're going to take it off, pressure wash it all, patch that hole up, and then we'll fill it with grease. But look at this hole. It's a big hole. And it just all pours. So yeah, big hole. So we'll patch that up, but now we've got to take all of this off. Okay, so this is day 3 or 4. I went back to the tractor and I took all the dashboard and parts off. You saw me undoing the bolts, it's just the same thing. I went and took that off camera, and I'm doing a voiceover at the minute because it was too windy, because we're having like a storm in England at the minute. As you can see, that hole, you can obviously see the hole better now because since all the oil drained out. I'm going to tap and stud it and then cut it off with an angle grinder and fettle it up, and it'll look all smooth. But then also another thing is the tractor, when it was hitting, it used to rev itself back up, and I figured that that's because that spring is snapped. As you can see, it's spinning rather than actually putting any tension on. And here's a look at the old wiring that the old guy did in Wales. Yeah, it's not the best wiring, I have to say. I mean, it's just a bit of electrical tape, really. It's quite funny. I thought you guys would find it funny, but something to laugh at. I mean, this one's not even insulated. Just look at that. He's just squished the wires together. Here's obviously the part that I took off. I am going to paint it all up and refurbish it whilst it's off the tractor. You can see the old panel and that other rusty panel. That bracket that is to the right of the panel that I'm touching now, I'm actually going to cut it down